Hey everybody, it's Jason from the Texas Gun Vault 2, and once again I'm out here in the garage for another upcoming projects video and garage gun talk. And the garage gun talk is going to be really small tonight because I just need your help with one thing, okay? In fact, why don't we start this video out with that before I show you the amazing guns I have on the table today. The help I need is I have the opportunity to get one of 4 firearms for review, okay? And I want to know which one you would be most interested in seeing me review. Now, I posted a poll over on my main channel, the Texas Gun Vault. I'm going to put a link to it in the description and as a pinned comment. I want you to go over there and vote on it. But I'll tell you what the options are. A Glock 19X MOS, a Glock 17L Gen 5 MOS, a Ruger RXM pistol, which is like their new copy of a Glock essentially, but the frame is made by Magpul, and a Ruger Mini 14 with the folding stock. Okay, so you can tell me what you want here, but I'm only going to take the vote seriously on the poll, not over here. So you can tell me what you like here, but I'm going to go by the poll. And pretty much whatever people vote for over there, I'm probably going to go in that direction. Okay, so I need your help. Tell me what you would like me to review. And if you can, in the comment section of that poll, tell me why you want to see me review that gun. What about it would interest you? And if there's something that you absolutely hate, tell me that as well. Go, don't do that one. For whatever reason, it would help me make a decision, okay? So now let's get into the upcoming projects portion of this video, which is probably the reason you're here, which once again, I have to always give a caveat with these videos. This is the Texas Gun Vault 2. It's my behind the scenes casual channel where I make nightly content on my phone. If you prefer the more polished and edited videos where I record on high quality camera equipment and audio equipment, the link to my main channel is in the description below. And if you prefer that type of content over this, that's the place for you. If you prefer the casual content, this is the place for you, not over there. But hopefully you are subscribed to both channels. But I try to divide the content up just in case something happens to one or the other channel. But also, I don't want to clutter your feed if you're not interested in one type of video. So for example, if you're only here for the properly filmed range reports and don't like this stuff, well, you're less likely to click on the range reports if your feed is cluttered with this every single night. So I just try to give people options and keep things organized. So I went and saw 2 of my good friends today. So I did some what I call Texas gun vaulting. I saw my friend Jack number 2 and D. I finished all of the stuff and projects I had with the previous guns they had lent to the channel and got everything cleaned up and went and saw them, and I picked up some new stuff that they had for me to review. So I will start with the one thing I got from Jack number 2. And you know both these guys have amazing collections. And by the way, I am very lucky to have such amazing friends because not only do they lend stuff to the channel, they also fill out all of the paperwork and the trust documents and all that stuff to allow me to borrow NFA items. That is pretty darn cool and shows a great level of friendship and trust. So I really have to give them a huge shout out. So both of them are amazing friends of the channel, and they are huge reasons alongside everybody else that has lent guns to the channel to what success I have. I am just a guy that just turns on his camera, not charismatic, not easy to look at. And I know I kind of stutter from time to time. I stammer. I get things wrong, and people still stick with me. So I do appreciate it. All right, so the first thing we have is from Jack number 2. And it's going to be a suppressor. And I hope you guys are enjoying my suppressor reviews if you've seen any. I have way more coming out in the future, because I think that I review them from a very different perspective than most other reviewers. Because for the most part, people seem to only care about decibel reduction. And as I say in all of my reviews, I argue that almost every modern suppressor is hearing safe. Most of them, anyway. But to civilians, I think we should take into consideration other things. And the four things that I want you to think about is, number one, tone, which is more important than decibel reduction, because a suppressor that has a lower pitch will sound softer to your ears even if it is a little bit louder. So you want to, in my personal opinion, avoid suppressors that have like a high pitch or a high ring to them. I think you should care about the resistance of a suppressor, especially if you're shooting through a semi-automatic firearm. It doesn't matter as much with a bolt-action gun. But if you need that extra resistance in a direct impingement AR, well, that's important to know. Or if you are shooting a pistol or have a gun, you don't want that resistance and don't want the gas coming back through the gun. Well, you might want to know the data point on that. Well, the Huxworks can work a little bit better. That's actually a little bit harder to measure, because there's no way of really gauging how much gas comes back. It's just one of those qualitative things. Same thing when it comes to the tone of a suppressor. The microphone will never pick up on that. Then I like to do a point of impact shift test and a ballistics change test, where of course I shoot at longer distances, and then measure the point of impact shift and show you the chronograph data and see what a suppressor does to the same gun, unsuppressed and suppressed, and then the heat, resiliency of a can, because heat can destroy suppressors over time, but also there's a safety issue. If a can gets really hot, which all silencers are going to get hot, but you want to know how long is it going to need to cool down, because maybe you have it on a sling, you don't want to burn your arm, burn your leg if you're carrying it in the woods. But also a suppressor that gets hot and stays hot and doesn't dissipate the heat and retains that heat might have premature erosion. And as a civilian, there's paperwork and tax stamps to get and all that kind of stuff. It's kind of a pain in the butt. So you want a suppressor that is going to last a long time. So those are the things that I test for, which I think are different than many other reviewers. But anyway, long story short, Jack number 2 lent a silencer I have been wanting to try out from Otter Creek Labs, LLC. And this is the Polonium 556. And I love the name of this suppressor, the polonium. I guess polonium is a radioactive element. It's been used in assassinations before in the past. I know that there was Russian spies that had been killed with it. There's a few famous stories, but I love names like this. They're kind of scientific. Obviously, no polonium is actually used in the making of this suppressor. But it's a 5.56 can in flat dark earth. And I even think Jack is allowing me to fire the first rounds through it, because let me take off this mount here. Yeah, I mean, it is brand spanking new. Look at that. No carbon buildup at all. So he's like, listen, I got this. Why don't you take it? Try it out. So yeah, I'm really excited about this one. So another suppressor to review. So thank you, Jack. It means a lot to me. All right. Let's get this in the box, and then we will get to the guns D-lent to the channel. All right. You want to start with the rifles or the pistols first? Okay, let's go with the rifles, because they're taking up more space here on the workbench. All right. First up is a Knight's Armament. Now, you guys know D has one of the nicest collections, if not the nicest collection. Now, I have some friends that have big collections. There's actually a friend of mine, okay? And his name's David. You've heard me talk about him from time to time. I have never seen his collection. I've only heard him talk about his collection. You have no idea how much I want to see his collection, okay? I kind of want to go, wow, because I think he likes high-end stuff too. But I have no proof it actually exists. But I'm just kidding, David. I know it does. But D, though, while he might not have as much as David, he has some high-end stuff. I mean, the highest-end stuff out there in the tactical world, which you guys know is what I care the most about. I know there's guns that are way more expensive than the stuff that he collects, like, those rare engraved, double-barreled shotguns and so forth, but that just doesn't interest me. I know some of those like shotguns that are, that have the gold leaf engraving and this and that and the weird gauges. Those things can be like $40,000, Not interested in those. I'm not saying I wouldn't review one or ever want to shoot one. I'm just saying, like, it doesn't hold much interest to me. I'm not really a shotgun shooter. In fact, I would love to review shotguns. I just need to find a range where I can do that. My friend Brian, who worked at the Frisco Gun Club, told me there are a couple of ranges in the Dallas-Fort Worth area that do allow shotgun, but I think it's limited to either, I can't remember if he said birdshot or slugs. Anyway, I really got to find an outdoor range to be able to review shotguns. Eventually, I will get to it, or if I can find somebody that has land that would let me do it. But that will be, I guess, a kind of a future project. I know that my friend Tony has like a nice ranch out in East Texas that I hope to go out and visit one day, and he loves guns. So hopefully he'll let me maybe use his land and review some shotguns, because I really would love to do some shotgun content. But we have another Knight's Armament. So this is obviously an SR-15 pattern rifle. SR standing, of course, for Stoner Rifle, in honor of Eugene Stoner, the designer of the AR-15. But this one is kind of interesting because it's not your standard SR-15. It is one that is designed for, I believe, longer range precision shooting. And this one is a discontinued model that is highly sought after by collectors. It is the LRP Mod 2, and it has an 18-inch barrel. And I'm really excited about this one. I mean, not only is it a Knight's Armament, it's in my favorite Knight's Armament color, and it's primarily designed for longer distance stuff. So I've really found a love and an appreciation for longer barreled ARs. When I got into ARs, you know, everyone's, I think, kind of starts at the 16-inch M4 length. Then you get into SBRs, like, oh, I want it as short as possible. Then you go, oh man, it's too short. 10.5 inches, too short, too loud. And when it comes to short-barreled rifles, I have settled on about 12.5 inches is about the perfect length. But when it comes to rifles, you know, 16 inches and longer, I prefer 18 and 20-inch barrels. I just feel like they just shoot better. So I'm really excited about this one. And this one has that really cool zero compromise scope on it. Yeah, this one's going to be awesome. And I can tell you from just kind of looking at it, this one has been well loved. So by that, I mean it's been shot and enjoyed. You know, D, while he is a collector of fine things, he shoots all of his guns, unlike myself. So this is going to be a really, really cool one to review. So yeah, let me give you a look over here at the other side. The Knight's Armament LRP Mod 2, 18-inch barrel. So, all right, so that's the first one. Let me put it down over here. Let me see. Maybe I should put it up on the wall. In fact, let me do that, because I got to get this one down anyway to film a review for that scope I talked about last night. So let's set this one over here on the ground. And let's put the Knight's Armament up on the wall. And do I have enough room, or do I need to adjust it? No, I got it. Here we go. All right. There we go. Okay. Next up, we have a Cobalt Kinetics. Which one is this? I forgot the name of this one. It's chambered in 6 arc. Oh boy, the model on the side is the CK Pro, but I believe this one's kind of special. And I know some people get on my case when it comes to these videos. They're like, you're an idiot. You don't know the names of the guns you're reviewing. I literally just picked this thing up, and I'll do all of my research before taking it to the range and making the video, okay? But this is a Cobalt Kinetics. Obviously, another one designed for long distance. It has a carbon fiber barrel. I'm trying to think if I've ever reviewed a carbon. I think I have once or twice. But this is also another AR designed for precision shooting. And this one has a really cool custom camo Cerakote. Now, this is also a finish that I think has been discontinued. I think they still make this exact gun, just not in this finish. And this also has one of those really cool zero compromise optics on it. These things are awesome. And beyond this rifle, where is it here? He also provided, see, and this is the amazing thing, because I'm telling you guys, I'm blessed beyond my wildest dreams, because I have people that, you know, not only lend guns to the channel, but also provide the ammunition. So he gave me a whole bunch of 6 ARC. And let me tell you, 6 ARC is an amazing caliber. I've fallen in love with the 6 ARC. So we got just lots of ammo in here to take this thing to the range with. And he says it is, I can't remember if he said it's already been sighted in with this ammo. I forgot. I might have to do that. But anyway, ammo for this. Oh, and he also provided some ammunition for the LRP. This is Hornady Match 223 Remington 73 grain ELD match. Yeah, so look at that, guys. I mean, D is the man. D's the man. I am undeserving of this treatment, okay? The kindness and generosity of the people that support my channel is overwhelming. Overwhelming. So we have ammunition for this stuff, too. All right. So, Cobalt Kinetics, 6 ARC. That's going to be really cool. I have not reviewed anything from this company, but they make some amazing, amazing stuff. Maybe I should put this one on the wall, too. Let me see here. Well, I got that Springfield I have to review, too. That's going to the range in the next couple of range trips. That's my next door neighbors. I might, man, I really wish when I had this hold-up displays wall that came in, I really wish I would have been able to extend it further, but I had some type of pillar or metal thing I could not drill into. So I really wish I had some more room for that. I still have some of those extra slats, and I will tell you, when I move, I will definitely be buying more hold-up display stuff. It's awesome and amazing. Hands down, it's amazing. So I guess I could probably put it on that lower one. I'll take my SPR off the wall there. All right. Let's go put this over here. Man, I got guns everywhere. All right. Let's see. Careful, careful, careful. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, there we go. Okay, so that's all on the wall, too. Then, next up, we have a gun that I have reviewed in the past, but not in this caliber, and not as... actually, this one is a pistol. So, this is the Noveske Ghetto Blaster, but I believe this one's in 5.56, not 300 Blackout. Yeah, so... We also have a, yes, it is in, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's 5.56. So I think the one I reviewed in the past was in 300 Blackout. So this is like Noveske's version of the Honey Badger. He also lent a Southpaw suppressor. I think it's the Southpaw that's in 5.56 as well for this. So I'll get to review that suppressor and this Ghetto Blaster. So I really do like the Noveske stuff. Out of all the companies that build guns out of billet receivers, they're probably my favorite. So yeah, and this one is a pistol. We have a pistol stabilizing brace on the back. I would not be surprised if D does not, I would be surprised if D does not SBR this thing. This thing is screaming for one of those really cool Noveske or Q stocks. All right, so we got that. All right, let's put that one down here. And we also have, in fact, I think I have reviewed these in the past. I got to double check. But for that Knights Armament, I do have a Knights Armament. Which one is this one? This is the QDC CRS PRT. I am fairly sure I have reviewed this one. And this one as well. This is the older model. This was the Knights Armament 5.56 QDC. I believe I have. I'll have to double check that. So I have 2 Knights Armament cans, but I think I've already reviewed these, but I will try both of these out on that LRP. All right, so now let's get to the pistols. And once again, I want to thank D for all this because just like Jack, you know, fills out all the paperwork so I can borrow this and create this content. And yeah, it's humbling to have friends that are like that. Okay. Next up, we have two pistols. Let's see what we got here. Okay, we have Vulcan Machine Works. Now, this is a company that I mainly know because they will redo and like upgrade other guns and put on custom finishes and so forth. And they do an amazing job, but they make a few pistols themselves. And they are local. I want to say they're in Plano, which is like one town south of where I am at in Frisco. But let's take a look at this one. It's another 2011 pistol. All right, so this one is a block, okay? So some people may not like this one. Now, I'm going to tell you, and it's just an aesthetic choice. It's not going to change the function of the gun. It is ported. I don't think I'm a big fan of this. Now, not saying the gun's going to shoot bad. I'm just saying the aesthetics of it. You know, it is different, and I'm going to give it some points for that because they're thinking outside the box. In some ways, this thing kind of looks a little sci-fi, but I love guns with curves, not sharp right angles. But 2011 pistol, I want to say this was called the 11. And the reason I say that is if you look at it here on the side, it has 11, but the E's are 3s. So I believe that is the model. And this one has a very, very low serial number on it. So it says here, yes, Plano, Texas, Vulcan Machine Works. And take a look at this Aimpoint Acro. It has like a camo pattern to it. That's pretty darn cool. All right, so yeah, I mean, the action on it's smooth. So I don't know. I'll have to shoot this and see what I think. But a lot of sharp edges. Might not be my style here. I know, I'm gonna point the gun at you. Don't worry. If you're a safety Sally, number one, there's nobody behind my phone, okay? And number two, the bullets can't transcend time and space and hurt you, okay? Even though the gun is clear, okay? And there you go. So as you can see, it's blocky. Look at that, blocky. Don't know if that's my style, but it might be yours, and I'm glad companies offer this, okay? So that is the 11 from Vulcan Gunworks. All right. Let me go ahead and put this in here. All right, what else we get in here? Oh, I think we get a build sheet with it. Is that what it is? Let's see. Hopefully they say everything about it because it really helps the review. Ported variant of the... Yes! Okay, we have lots of information on this. That helps me so much when I'm making this. Okay. I wonder... How many mags do I get? Oh, we get other recoil springs. Okay, so I saw that in the instructions, I guess, depending on the ammo you're using. So we get 12-pound and 8-pound. So I'll have to read the manual to see which, spring weight I need to use in the ammo that I'll be shooting it with. And I love these 2011 reviews because, man, oh man, every gun I review, whenever I get people that are followers of that either model, make, or style of gun, man, oh man. For example, I didn't even read it today. I almost made a mean comments of the week video tonight. I was out and about and I just was sitting waiting on my wife to do something because we were out running an errand. And I go to my YouTube studio, and somebody wrote a long dissertation on my video where I talk about shooting other calibers out of caliber conversions and Glocks. And I mentioned that you can shoot 40 out of a 9, 9 out of a 40, but the extractor and the ejector parts are different numbers, and they're shaped different, part numbers, and they're shaped differently because they're optimized for that caliber. And he started off the whole thing of going, you really need to do your, you need to do the viewers that are actually knowledgeable about guns a favor and blah, blah, blah. And then he wrote, like, I don't know what he just went off of me saying I was an idiot. And I just go to the thing that says banned from channel. or hide from channel, which essentially bans them. They can still see the content, but they can't post anymore. And if they try to post, it says something like, oh, there's a user or some type of internal error or whatever. And I was like, I'm not even going to read it. And he wrote like, literally, it was like 5 pages of stuff. I'm like, good, you pissed me off and insulted me in the very first sentence. I'm not even reading it. Bye. So, yeah, I don't know why people are like that. If you don't like my stuff or disagree with me, or if you think I get something wrong, you can tell me politely. I am totally open to learning. I learned so much from you guys. And people that say, hey, I think you got it wrong. Something like the spring weight in that gun is supposed to be this or whatever. I learn as much. I go, thank you for adding that information to the video. And maybe he had something to say. But anyway, don't insult me. Just don't insult me. Just be a good person. All right, last one. Cardinal Arms. Cardinal Arms. Now, I have not heard of them before. It's my understanding that they do a lot of work for other companies as well. So I don't know what specifically, but I guess they're known for making either parts or their machine work is supposed to be top-notch. So other companies will subcontract them to make guns or parts for them because they just do stuff that nobody else can do. And I'm handling this for the very first time. And I can see why people say that about this, because this gun looks like it took some time to make. Let me show you this. Take a look at the cocking serrations, the grip module, which is metal, top of the gun. Look at all that stippling. It looks look at that. Okay, I can see that these people take a lot of time and pride in their manufacturing and machine work. Now, this one is a little bit on the blocky side again, okay? Not a big fan of that. Full-length dust cover. I just like guns with curves. I just do. I'm not saying I wouldn't own a gun like this, and I'm not saying it's going to shoot bad. It's just an aesthetic choice. I think Nighthawk Customs, well, the ones that have that little scallop in the front of the slide, they look fantastic. They look amazing. A few other companies put some curves in there. I mean, as I said, if this is your style, I'm not trashing it. Just very blocky, okay? And you might love that. It's why they make cars in different colors. Some people like red, some people like brown, and that's okay, okay? We don't have to agree on everything, because I know inevitably people are going to tell me, you're an idiot for no, that's the optimal shape for that. Okay. But I can tell you, handling this thing, man, oh man, the machine work on this thing is a work of art. I do not see any flaws in it. All the flat surfaces are perfect. Man, wow. Wow, oh wow. I mean, I didn't even think this thing's been shot yet. I think D is going to allow me to do that. That is awesome. And by the way, he did jokingly tell me that he made sure that all of the optics were properly mounted to the guns with Loctite, because the last time I had one come off. But man, does the machine work on this one look absolutely gorgeous. Okay, where are they based? They are based in Mooresville, North Carolina. Man, this is a beautiful gun. I mean, the machine work. Now, I do wish they had a grip safety on it. But besides that, it's beautiful. I mean, I can really appreciate that. I think I have kind of a mechanical mind. And so when I look at this, that I can see the detail that goes into all of the small parts, I can really get into that. Yeah. Man, that is a beautifully machined firearm. Wow. Okay, well, that's what we got there. So we have a number of pistols, which I guess probably I should put on the back wall as well. Let me see if I got any magazines here. Yes, I got 2 mags here. So, which, by the way, everybody always says in the 2011 designs, the magazines are the weakest aspect of the design. That's where the failure points are. All right, so this one does lock back on an empty mag. Oh man, that trigger feels amazing. So let's go put this one over on the wall. Got to decide where it's going to go. Let's put this one up here, right there. And let's get out the Vulcan. And I think I have some mags in here as well. Yes, I do. All right. Those are staccato mags. Yeah, they have the 2011 logo on them. All right. And that one locks back on an empty magazine too. All right. So we'll put this one right there. All right. There we go. Okay. So we got a lot of stuff to review. I mean, a lot of stuff. In fact, I even have my range bag ready to go with two things. I have my friend Richard's Smith & Wesson FPC 10. It's ready to go. I might go tonight, in fact. And also Jack number 1's Ruger Charger pistol. So those are the next things I'll be working on this week. So anyway, long video. I hope you enjoy it, and let me know if you have any questions. Please go over to my other channel, vote, tell me what gun you would like to see me review, and hopefully I can get it. And let me know what you think about anything I have here on the table. And once again, I have to give a humbling shout out to my friend Jack number 2 and D, because man, they helped make this channel possible. And also thank you, Richard. Thank you, Jack number 1. Just thank you, Craig, who's done so much for the channel. Just so many people. Michael, and I hate to start listing people because, I'm going to inevitably forget somebody, and there's people that have helped at different stages in this channel's growth, but anyway, if you've helped me in any way, David is another one. Yeah, just so many. So just want to thank everybody in all those capacities. As I said, I don't want to list people because I will forget people. There's just so many, and that's how lucky I am. So there you go. So if you watch to the end of this extremely long upcoming projects video, the word of the day, in fact, this one I know is not going to be used very often. We're going to say Cardinal, because I have this Cardinal Arms 2011 pistol in, or 2011 style pistol, Cardinal Arms. So how often am I going to use the word Cardinal in a video? So that would be a good word of the day. So thank you so much for joining me here in the garage. Let me know if you have any questions, any thoughts, any things you want me to talk about, any videos you want me to make. I'm here to serve. So as always, thanks for watching.